Vanakkam, good morning. Today, Globalspin is deeply honored to have Thiru R. Gandhi Avarkal, Honorable Minister for Handlooms and Textiles, Khadi and Village Industries Board, Bhudan and Gramdhan, Government of Tamil Nadu. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing this occasion. May I request all the dignitaries to please be seated. Can we have a huge round of applause for the Honorable Minister for gracing this very special occasion at Tamil Nadu. I would now like to invite the other dignitaries on stage. May I invite His Excellency Ambassador Dr. K.C. Janki, President WASME. Can we have the huge round of applause? I request the audience to keep cheering and encouraging. Thank you.
So, focus on the screen. Yeah, they are just...
I now invite Thiru Dharmendra Pratap Yadav, Principal Secretary, Handlooms and Textiles, KVIP.
Display is cut.
Sir will join us in some time. Thiru Rajit Okhandia, CEO, Central Silk Board, Ministry of Textiles, Government of India.
Display is cut.
Thiru Rajiv Saxena, Joint Secretary and Mission Coordinator, NTTM, Ministry of Textiles. Thiru P. Rajesh Avarkal, Commissioner, Handlooms and Managing Director, Co-optex, Government of Tamil Nadu. Thiru Dr. Abhay Sinha, Director General, SEPC, Ministry of Commerce and Industries, Government of India. Thiru Habib Hussain, Regional Chairman, Southern Region, FIEO, Ministry of Commerce, Government of India. Tirumati Professor Dr. Anita Mabel Manohar, Director, NIFT, Ministry of Textiles. And Thiru Dr. M. Vallalar, IAS, Commissioner of Textiles, Government of Tamil Nadu. Followed by Thiru Yash Arya, CEO, I Am Khadi Foundation. Can we have a huge round of applause for all the dignitaries on stage, please? Thank you very much. We will start the event with Tamil Thai Vartha. I request the audience to rise.
அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறமிகந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Thank you. I request the audience to be seated. We will now start with the lighting of the lamp ceremony. I would now request our Honorable Minister for Handlooms and Textiles, Thiru R. Gandhi, joined by Dr. K.C. Janki, President WASME, to do the honors of lighting the lamp. Thank you, dignitaries. I would now request our Honorable Minister for Handlooms and Textiles, Government of Tamil Nadu, Thiru R. Gandhi, to welcome the Ambassador, His Excellency Dr. K.C. Janki, by presenting him with a flower bouquet and Angavastram. Next, I request Dr. K.C. Janki, WASME, to welcome Thiru Dharmendra Pratap Yadav. He will be here in some time, so we will move to the next guest. I would now request Mr. Yash Arya and Dr. Ajit Nigam to welcome Thiru Rajit Okhandiar, CEO, Central Silk Board, by presenting him a flower bouquet and Angavastram. Next, I would now request Mr. Yash Arya and Dr. Ajit Nigam to welcome Thiru Rajiv Saxena, Joint Secretary and Mission Coordinator, NTTM, Ministry of Textiles. May I request the audience to keep the encouragement and cheering going on? Thank you. Next, I would request Mr. Yash Arya and Dr. Sanjeev Layak to welcome Thiru T.P. Rajesh, Commissioner, Handlooms and MD, Co-optics, with a flower bouquet and Angavastram. I would request Mr. Yash Arya and Dr. Sanjeev Layak to welcome Dr. M. Vallalar, IAS, Commissioner of Textiles, Government of Tamil Nadu, by presenting him a flower bouquet and an Angavastram. I would now welcome Dr. Friday Ukpara, joining by Mr. Yash Arya, to welcome Thiru Dr. Abhay Sinha, Director General, SCPC. I would request them to present the guest with a flower bouquet and Angavastram. I would now request Mr. Yash Arya and Dr. Sanjeev Layak to welcome Thiru Habib Hussain, Regional Chairman, Southern Region, by presenting him a flower bouquet and Angavastram. Next, I would request Mr. Yash Arya and Dr. Ajit Nigam to welcome Tirumati Dr. Anita Mabel Manohar, Director, NIFT, by presenting a flower bouquet and Angavastram. I would also request Mr. Ansari to join them on stage. Please join them on stage, ma'am. Thank you very much, dignitaries and guests on stage. I would now request His Excellency Professor Dr. K.C. Janki to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you very much. I'm really honored and very happy to be here in Chennai. And as you know, I'm from Mauritius. Mauritius, we call it, an extension of India in a way, okay? And we have a very close relationship between Mauritius and India. And more so, I should tell you, being in Chennai, there's a very huge community of Tamil in Mauritius. And they were the first Indians, I should say, who came to Mauritius as builders, as architects, and they were brought by the French. And the contribution of the Tamil community is really great in Mauritius. So I represent two countries today. Russia, where I am the ambassador, the High Commissioner of Mauritius to Russia. And second is Mauritius, and two friendly countries to India. Honorable Minister for Handloom and Textile, Government of Tamil Nadu, Mr. R. Gandhi, Mr. Dharmendra Pratap Yadav, Principal Secretary, Handloom and Textile, KVIB, Budan and Gramadan, Tamil Nadu, Mr. Rajit Okandyar, CEO, Central Sikh Board, Mr. Rajiv Saxena, Joint Secretary and Mission Coordinator, NTTM, Ministry of Textile, Mr. Rajesh, Commissioner of Handloom and MD Coptex, Mr. Dr. Abhay Sinha, Director General, Mr. Habib Hussain, Regional Chairman, Southern Region, Mrs. Dr. Anita Mabel Manohar, Director, NIFT. All protocol observed and esteemed participants today. On behalf of WASME and co-organizers AMKHADI and NFDI, I am extremely delighted and to extend my heartiest welcome to all the dignitaries, guests to WASME's Globalspin Conclave on promotion of handloom, handicraft, technical textiles, with focus on quality, design, value, and innovation in association with AMKHADI Foundation and NIFT Foundation for Design and Innovation. The conclave is exclusively organized for the textile industry sector, that is most thriving and significant sector for many reasons: employment generation, exports, rural people development, and women empowerment because of their prime involvement. There are millions of SMEs working all across the world in this sector and are waiting to be part of the global trade and supply chain. Especially post-COVID and the various challenges and crises faced by the SMEs are the big concerns for every country and government. This conclave is to address these challenges, latest trends, and opportunities with a special focus on the handloom and textile, technical textile, innovation and technology, innovative financing, market access and linkages, research and development, and export promotion. I am delighted for this initiative by the organizing team. Now I take the opportunity to thank my team, the WASME Secretariat, Dr. Sanjeev Laik, and Mrs. Archana Sharma for the good work, and together with all the other participants, all the people in the team. In order to address those challenges, there is a strong necessity for the governments, policymakers, financial organizations, and industry bodies to come together and collaborate to build business-conducive environment. There is a need to build policies that helps in mitigating the negative effects of this crisis, at the same time provide enterprise support to SMEs. This can only be possible with collaborations and partnership. In that regard, WASME being one of the most representative and global organizations that is spearheading SME promotion through information, knowledge dissemination, building, understanding, and exchanging insights and best practice through its multi-dimensional activities. We are committed to provide the right knowledge from right people to SMEs, through series of events and programs and other communication channels. In fact, WASME is the only SME promotion organization that enjoys consultative and observer status with many UN agencies such as UNIDO, UNCTAD, UNICITRAL, WIPO, ILO, ECOSOC, UNESCO, ITC, UNESCO, and several intergovernmental organizations. It has member representatives in over 100 countries. Since 1980, WASME is stimulating, fostering, and promoting and coordinating for international cooperation for the growth and development of micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs worldwide, through policy advocacy, conferences, seminars, buyer-seller meets, exhibition, trade facilitation, trainings, publication, network linkages, and many more activities. In span of more than 40 plus years, WASME has organized thousands of conferences, seminars, capacity building trainings, training programs, buyer-seller meet. We recently had one with Mauritius and with few countries which is in the pipeline, like Russia, Ethiopia, Kenya. They are all in progress. Especially post-pandemic, we are focusing on building the SMEs with renewed commitment to integrate SMEs with achieving the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals. This is the most pressing agenda for creating a better and more sustainable future for all, especially after we have faced global challenge of pandemic. This is the most urgent and important to focus on enabling SMEs to become more competitive and environment friendly, socially responsive, culturally sensitive, and ethical in their business practices. Thus, we are promoting the SDG agenda in all our activities at all platforms and forums globally. Apart from that, we have especially focusing on entrepreneurship development among the SMEs, startup, and building entrepreneur and emphasizing the need of EDP training programs to develop appropriate skill among SMEs. We recently formed the WASME Alliance of Women Entrepreneurs. That is the global forum for all women entrepreneurs to engage, learn, and grow their business. The WAWE is especially focusing on EDP and skill development among the women entrepreneurs. WASME also focuses on the research studies to address the key concerns of SMEs. We have resource capabilities to do sector studies based on which WASME has been advocating concerns of SMEs at both national and international forums, including UN forum. So we will be more than happy to collaborate for joint research studies. I would like to use this forum to place the proposal of WASME collaboration with Tamil Nadu government for skill development and EDP training for the SMEs in the state, including the textile sector. The other core platform of WASME for strengthening global cooperation for SMEs is the WASME Annual Conference on Small and Medium Enterprises. So far, WASME has done 25 ICSMEs in many countries, including Romania, Nigeria, Dubai, Moscow, Sri Lanka, South Korea, India, and elsewhere. And WASME has addressed key issues on economic development. I'm really happy to share here that we are having an ICSME, a conference on SMEs, from the 30th November to the 2nd December this year in Johannesburg, South Africa. It will focus on building resilient enterprises and building policies and best practices for supporting SMEs in face of crisis. I invite all the dignitaries to come to South Africa for the conference and even support our movement. Before I conclude, I once again thank Honorable Minister, dignitaries, all the esteemed speakers, international foreign experts, local government bodies and departments, industry associations, and all SMEs, entrepreneurs, startups, and participants to attend this conclave. I am convinced with this great participation and contribution, the conclave will be a great success and will definitely meet its objective of promoting the SMEs in the textile sector. Let me thank you very much for your attention, and long live Mauritius, long live India, long live Tamil Nadu. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful welcome address. I would now request Mr. Yash Arya and Dr. K.C. Janki to welcome our chief guest, our Honorable Minister, Thiru R. Gandhi, Honorable Minister for Handlooms and Textiles, by presenting a bouquet and an Angavastram. I request the audience to keep cheering for it. Indeed, it is a very special occasion happening in Tamil Nadu. Can we have a huge round of applause for our Honorable Minister for gracing this special occasion? Thank you very much, sir. Indeed, your presence here is making this entire event an extremely special one to all of us present here. Moving on to the next is the introductory note by Thiru Yash Arya, founder and CEO, I Am Khadi Foundation. I would request him to give the introductory note.
Jai Hind, all of you. Today I am delighted to welcome dignitaries and thankful for their presence at the Globalspin Trade Conclave Chennai edition. I take this opportunity to thank our esteemed dignitaries who have taken time of their busy schedule to give blessings to this conclave and providing thought leadership to the organizers and the people present here. I specifically like to take this opportunity to welcome the Honorable Minister of Handlooms and Textiles, Thiru R. Gandhi ji, His Excellency Dr. K.C. Janki ji, Thiru Rajiv Saxena ji, Thiru Rajat Akhundia ji, Thiru T.P. Rajesh ji, Dr. Anita Manohar ji, Dr. Abhay Sinha ji, Mr. Habib Hussain ji, Mr. M. Valalu ji, and my esteemed fellows from the industry and members of Coptex, Khadi Craft, and Khadi and Tamil Nadu Handicraft Corporation. I also welcome our supporting partners SIDBI, GOTS, Indian Technical Textile Association, Traceyan, Malgadi, Handloom Export Promotion Council, National Institute of Fashion Technology, and all other ecosystem partners. The theme of today's Trade Conclave is innovation, technology, innovative financing, market access, and linkages, and export promotion. It is indeed India's first international forum through which we are trying to advocate, deliberate, and discuss about an ongoing crisis of traceability in textile supply value chain. It has been projected that Indian government loses 1 lakh crore rupees over counterfeit products annually. To combat the increasing counterfeit market today, through this forum, we have technology companies, startups, solution providers, brands who can turn to blockchain solutions to verify the authenticity of goods. This blockchain serves as a proof of authenticity of products. This kind of verification of origin is also in line with the India's new consumer protection e-commerce rules 2020. which mandates every piece of clothing must state where the product was made. This technology will not only help verify the origins, but also every minute details of the production cycle, right down to where the thread holding the fabric together was made. Under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Thiru M.K. Stolenji, Tamil Nadu as a progressive state has all the elements to enhance leadership roles in the textile industry with the combination of technology, sustainability, leading to promotion of exports from the state. With this, I would like to welcome all present and wish them great discussion and deliberations, which I'm sure would result in positive outcomes, not only for the state, but also for the country. Long live Tamil Nadu and long live India. Thank you so much, everyone. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Thiru Yash Arya. Now, I would request Thiru Rajit Okhandiar, IFS, Chief Executive Officer, Central Silk Board, to deliver the plenary address.
Respected Honorable Minister, Government of Tamil Nadu, Thiru R. Gandhi, His Excellency K.C. Janki, Ambassador of Mauritius to Russia, Mr. Rajiv Saxena, Joint Secretary, Minister of Textile, Commissioner Handloom, Government of Tamil Nadu, Government of Commissioner Textiles, Government of Tamil Nadu, Government of Handloom, Government of Commissioner Handloom, Government of Tamil Nadu, eminent guest on the dais and off the dais, very good morning. I must congratulate the organizer WASME and the IM Khadi for organizing this program in Tamil Nadu, which is one of the textile hub of the country. I'm also very much thankful to the organizers that they have invited me to participate in this global conclave. And I think it would be a learning experience for me and you also when we interact with each other and understand problems and solutions related with various aspects of textiles and MSME. My background is basically I am looking after the silk sector of the country, which comes under the Ministry of Textiles. Though intensively I am in the field of silk, but silk being a textile subject, I'm also having a good overview of textile sector in the country. My colleague, Mr. Saxena, is here. He will be giving you more insight about the textile and the MSME. But when we take an overview of the textile industry in the country and the MSME, I must point you that in the textile manufacturing there are about 1.06 lakh registered and then about 7.36 lakh unregistered unit in only textile manufacturing. And besides this, in the apparel industries, there are another 2.14 lakh registered and 29 lakh unregistered units in apparel industry. And most of these units are under the MSME. And MSME sector has been a key contributor to the Indian GDP also. Even during the pandemic and post-pandemic, one of the key sectors that have some outshone the key sectors that have outshone others has registered appreciable growth is the textile and apparel MSME. Textile and apparel industries contribute to the country is around 5% in terms of industrial output. And in fact, Indian textile and apparel industry is largest industry in the world. And also second largest employer in the country after agriculture. It has generated 45 million direct and 60 million indirect jobs in the country. Our textile export in 2021 was about 23 billion US dollar, which was approximately 11% of the total Indian export and 4% of the global export market. India is also the 5th largest exporter of textile and apparel products. India has unmatched raw material base as well as manufacturing strength across the entire value chain. It has strength in hand-woven as well as in mill sector also. India is the largest producer of cotton. 25% of the total global production is done in India, and second largest in silk after China. It is found that textile and apparel export is growing at a solid CAGR of 11% and is expected to grow across around $100 billion in next 5 years also. I must point out here that there has been multiple driving forces behind the monumental growth of the industry, and realizing the true potential of each of these dynamics can help the MSME to unlock greater employment opportunities for Indian unskilled and skilled workforce. But as the sector is so huge and also complex and ever dynamic, challenges are also many. And across the value chain, from farm to fashion, raw material to marketing of finished products, to consumer satisfaction, marketing, everything. In every aspect, the problems are very unique and very complex. There are problems related to supply as well as demand side. Issue related with fragmented structure of the sector, skill development, sustainability, raw material supply, quality and testing, finances, technology upgradation, fake versus origin. I was just going through the stalls being erected here in the hall, and there was a lot of cotton, silk, and various types of product, but we don't know whether this is pure or original or a fake. How can you ensure that one of your product is original things? That is also one of the biggest challenge towards in the textile sector, which the consumer is facing. Then the marketing, brand promotion, then the intellectual property rights also, and then finally the working conditions, which is a labor-related issue. And as Yash already highlighted, the traceability, and finally development of ethical value chain. So there is a lot of advancement is happening in the digital textile technology, and I have been told that the blockchain has potential to reshape the world of textiles, and in fact already reshaping in advanced economy. In the sectors like finances, healthcare, education, security, and other sectors, it has already started showing results. Blockchain implementing will facilitate more, and basically the issue is whether we want to do this entire processing and marketing everything in a centralized or decentralized way. But now the trend is to go for decentralization so that sustainability aspect can be addressed properly. And this blockchain basically offers that solution. Blockchain has power and potential of tracing out each and every product from where it has been generated, where it has been processed and converted. So elimination of imitation is possible under this adoption of this technology. Then the sustainability aspect can also be traced properly, because nowadays there is a trend of sustainable fabrics, sustainable fashion. So here also the block technology can help us, help the textile industry. Then the working conditions related regarding the condition available to the laborers who are involved in the processing and manufacturing of textile product. Here also this technology can help. And this technology basically, the real-time basis, all the data can be exchanged between the participating partners. So here also, it offers to decentralize the entire processing mechanism. And this will definitely lead to the more customer-centric supply chain, which is the need of the hour. The second technology, besides the blockchain, is the artificial intelligence, where also lot of potentials are available, and already this technology is being utilized by many industries. And its application may be in apparel designing, but designing is a very innovative or very creative thing. So how this creativity or innovation can gel with the technology or digital technology, that is a issue to be resolved and discussed, and many models are now available. Then virtual merchandise. How can we buy anything without touching? That is also an area where this AI technology can give you the solution. Then the virtual search. We have a Google Lens. You can see you use your mobile and check anything, and immediately you can get where it is, what is the details of that product. But suppose somebody is moving in the market and you want to buy a particular dress and he is wearing this dress, you can just use this virtual search where this product, where this apparel is being marketed, and how I can buy that. So virtual search is also a possibility. Then customer personalization and automated authentication, where you can see whether this product is original or not. That is also a possibility of artificial intelligence. And lastly, the trend forecasting. The artificial intelligence offers an opportunity where you can see how the things will be in future and how the fashion technology will be going to change. That is a possibility through which AI can help the textile sectors. So these are some of the important possibilities and areas where the AI or blockchain can help the textile industry. And I hope with these type of global conferences where all the stakeholders are putting their mind together and discussing their own experiences, will definitely give some very positive result, and we will have some very good positive takeoff from this program. So my best wishes for successful completion of this program. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for throwing light on a lot of technical and design-related advancements happening in the field of textiles. We would now invite Mr. Thiru Yash Arya and Dr. K.C. Janki to welcome our Thiru Dharmendra Pratap Yadav, IAS, Principal Secretary, Handlooms and Textiles, Government of Tamil Nadu. I would request them to welcome the guest with Angavastram and a flower bouquet. We also welcome Dr. P. Shankar for the occasion. Thank you so much, sir. I would request Mr. Yash and Dr. Nigam to welcome the guest. I would now request Mr. Yash Arya and Dr. Nigam to welcome Ms. Shobhana, Tirumati V. Shobhana, IAS, Managing Director, Tamil Nadu Handicrafts Development Corporation Limited. Can we give a huge round of applause for the guests, please? Thank you so much. We will continue with the speakers. I would now invite Tirumati Professor Dr. Anita Mabel Manohar, Director, National Institute of Fashion Technology, Ministry of Textiles, Government of India, to deliver the address.
Vanakkam, Chennai. I'm very happy to be part of this Globalspin here at Chennai this morning. And as it dates back, the inauguration of the Handloom Mark took place in this very own Chennai by the Honorable Prime Minister, 2015. Respected dignitaries on the dais, participants and media, and all exhibitors. NIFT, as you all know, is a reference tower for education in fashion, design, product, raw material, technology, and innovative ideas. NIFT Chennai is one among the 18 that exists here since 1996. In our glorious record, we have worked with every handicraft and handloom societies in Tamil Nadu. We have been a reference point for training, for skill, for weaving, and for every craft cluster in Tamil Nadu. Our education is so diverse and interdisciplinary. Today, every parent department, whether it's accessory, knitwear, fashion design, or fashion communication or technology, has access to other departments in terms of interdisciplinary learnings. We also have huge number of electives that makes and hones the skill of every student at NIFT. NIFT Chennai has about 3,400 graduates who have gone into the market, to the industry, and to the world. Today they have made their mark. As we celebrate Globalspin and all the activities in the next 2 days, in today and tomorrow, I would also like to mention to you that we also have a student called Disha Tandon who already made it and won the award for the Female Changemaker 2021. And that student belongs to NIFT Chennai. So it's an honor, ladies and gentlemen and dignitaries, that the curriculum is inbuilt with craft cluster and handicraft experience and expertise to students. While the students spend time with the weavers and the artisans, we also initiate new ideas and bring in those ideas to education inside the campus. We have been trainers for education, we have been trainers for the industry, we have been trainers for NGOs and skill development. Recently, we have worked with the Ramanathapuram shell craft, and we have produced and helped them become independent and make internationally acclaimed and beautiful products that is one of its kind. We've also worked with coconut shell and many, many other crafts. We have helped the weavers and co-optex societies to produce new designs for festivities. And we've been that is also an integral part of our curriculum. While we work with different clusters and different industry, we also have come up with innovative jobs and innovative profiles. We have also created education forums. We have made education MOOCs and also uploaded in the National Swayam portal, which was very useful during the pandemic. The COVID or the pandemic didn't stop NIFT and NIFT Chennai from progressing. We did multiple projects, we did multiple training, we continued to interact with the weavers and the artisans, and we didn't compromise on our quality of education. Today, though we have 2-3 batches which are passing out, which have not even seen the campus, I believe, I trust, and I proclaim that they are well prepared for the industry. As each one of you, as each exhibit that I see here, I'm proud to know that my students have interacted with them and design ideas have gone both ways, to and from them. Today, NIF Chennai has 2 beautiful campuses, thanks to the government of Tamil Nadu. And we have around 1,100 students and hostel accommodation for 1,500 students. NIFT India must have produced more than 50,000 professionals, and I believe that they're already on the job. Entrepreneurship and startups is part of the curriculum, and I request each one of you to interact with departments and students while they graduate and make them probably bigger possibilities in your environment. NIF Chennai also has a special place for special children. We also have 4 tribal children from Javad Malay. Whoever thought that they could enter NIF Chennai? So today they are in the final year and they will be graduating next year. We have students from different walks of life from all across India who bring in the best of the best from their own states. I wish Globalspin a beautiful 2 days of innovation, thinking, designing, and coming out with great research ideas. We are also now getting into partnership with the DCH and the Textile Commissioner, who has initiated beautiful classroom projects and outcomes that we could share and that we could be a part of their growth. We believe that the best of design wholeheartedly will come from NIF Chennai. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. I would now invite Thiru Habib Hussain, Regional Chairman, Southern Region, Federation of Indian Export Organization, Ministry of Commerce, Government of India, to deliver the address.
Respected Thiru R. Gandhi, our pillar of support for the industry here in Tamil Nadu, His Excellency Ambassador Janki, dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries of the dais, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored and thankful for the organizers for having invited me to speak here. And I must compliment WASME and I Am Khadi and NFDI for putting together such a detailed curriculum, program for the next 2 days. It serves well as a template for just about anything that we need to do in labor-intensive industries to succeed. We, sir, are at the threshold of a very major opportunity. It's a global opportunity. To quote a line from Shakespeare, there is a tide in the lives of all men which taken at the crest leads to fortune. I think we are at that crest now in India. We have a very strong dynamic leadership at the center with Prime Minister Modi. We have equally strong, very visionary leadership at the state with Thiru M.K. Stalin. And what we need to do is focus our energies to make it happen. First of all, creativity. Mrs. Manohar clearly told you what NIFT can do. My organization, at any point of time, we have at least 20 NIFTians on our team, and that has helped us break into major markets in the United States and Europe. They are very well received, their creativity is very well received. The thing is, the importance now is to channel the creativity that you see all over here and make it relevant to the markets concerned. Otherwise, it gets scattered. This industry was just mentioned that, we employ 45 million people, the second largest employer in the country. There is the potential to take it much, much higher. Mr. Okhandiar was talking to you about blockchain. I think these are all, may sound big, but these are all very relevant, very simple. I think we as organizations need to create a platform for these MSMEs to market their products. These platforms, the whole global scenario has changed. It is now more and more e-commerce, and it is as easy for an MSME to reach out, to the global consumer as it is for a large organization. So there is a huge opportunity. I think we have to provide them with the tools and channel their creativity and then channel their systems and processes. And I think this is an opportunity which we should not miss. Thank you very much, Lee.
Thank you very much, sir. A humble request to the speakers. Due to the paucity of time, we would request your speeches to be shortened a little due to the time constraint of the Honorable Minister. I would now request Thiru Dr. Abhay Sinha to address the event.
Thank you. His Excellency Professor Dr. K.C. Janki, Honorable Minister for Handlooms and Textile, sir, esteemed guests on the dais, and all of you. It's a privilege to be here. And once when I saw the program, I was invited to this, I felt a bit out of orbit. It is about textile, but somewhere I was convinced by Mr. Arya that services, as I represent Services Export Promotion Council, can talk about in what way they can assist the exporters. I went through the details, and today I am actually feel very much integrated to the larger goals and objectives of the previous speakers and the very objective of this particular program. And I must tell you, yesterday only we signed, SCPC signed an MOU with Ministry of MSME for helping the first. So, of course, those details must be in the public domain and can be shared. It's the council, you may not be aware, it takes care of all the services exported from India. There is a bit of difference between the goods export and the services export, but I must begin with a note that today, country, in the Indian economy, over 55% of the contribution in GDP is from services export. Likewise, in the export also, we have 7th position in the world, and it takes care of tourism, healthcare, and all those services. Research and development, that has been talked, skill development. While we talk about internationalization of education, there is also a lot of skill shortages. Then design. Design could be digitally exported. And that's where a bit complex, 4 modes of export other than goods getting transferred from one destination to the other country. That is a normal export. Here it is a 4 mode. And that's where I feel where we can help. We can help you in trade intelligence, how to understand the market. We can help you on the policy advocacy. Of course, Textile Ministry and a lot of the stakeholders, the other organization would be definitely taking care, but there could be a bit of convergence. Important is the export promotion activities and the capacity building, where SCPC plays a role cutting across all the sectors. And keeping in view the paucity in time, I must mention that in international trade, be it any subject like goods or services, trust is the key factor. And a lot of technologies which has been just discussed earlier, blockchain, artificial intelligence, that is going to build that trust in the market. Another important aspect is how to reach out to the global market. And there, digitization of the kind of revolution happening in that space, the digital way of doing things becomes very important. At the same time, underlining the fact that it is very much volatile, uncertain, ambiguous, and complex. And that's where the answer lies in these interaction, the synergy between organizations. And I would close with these remarks. Thank you so much for inviting SAPC here. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. I will now invite Thiru Rajesh TP, IAS, Commissioner Handlooms and Managing Director, Co-optics, to deliver the address.
So, Vanakkam, Chennai. Honorable Minister for Handlooms and Textiles, Government of Tamil Nadu. Professor K.C. Janki, President, World Association for Small and Medium Enterprises, and the Ambassador of Mauritius to Russia, His Excellency, officers from the Government of India, officers from the state government. So good morning to all of you. It's a great pleasure for me and privilege to be in this inaugural session of these 2 days conclave and exhibitions. We are in a time, especially the handloom sector is facing a very difficult time. We are faced with a lot of challenges. How to overcome the challenges, that has been the real thing. So the challenges we are facing is on the potential, what is the potential to improve the product innovation, and how we have to diversify and to capitalize the market opportunities available there. So he was talking about, the earlier speaker talking about the trade intelligence part, where we are lacking. The second challenge as a handloom commissioner is that how to protect the handloom market by limiting the intrusion of the low-priced imitation from the power looms. This is a very, very important thing. The third challenge which I would say that we are facing is about how to command a better value realization for the product through an effective branding and enhanced market access. How to premiumize our handloom products. And the last challenge which we are facing is about how to sustain the handloom profession. So what we have to do on that. So in this context, I would say that the trade conclave and this exhibition will give some interesting insight about this innovations and usage of innovations and technology in the textile sector, customer-oriented design innovation and market entry strategies and global market linkages, and the use of artificial intelligence and the blockchain technologies in the handloom and textile sectors. So this has some greater relevance. I see that as a Commissioner of Handloom. And in this respect, I would really take this opportunity to congratulate and to appreciate the organizers, that is the NIFT Foundation for the Design Innovation, WASME, and the IM Kadi Foundation for conducting this event. As a MD of Co-optex, we have around some 154 retail outlets with a turnover of around some 225 crores. Still, we are unable to penetrate the international market because of lot of design interventions is not there. So what a product, demand-driven products, we are not in a position to produce it also. Of course, our back office is very strong. We have more than 1 lakh these looms are there. Handlooms are there in our in our cooperative fold. Of course, when you talk of the cooperative fold, almost 60% of the handloom weavers are in the cooperative fold and 40% are outside the cooperative fold. So they have been supplying products to the private players also. When you talk of the market share, it's around the 2,000 crore market in Tamil Nadu. Hardly we are not even 4% of that. So how to increase the market share? Constantly we have been trying to do a lot of innovations, interventions on that. The government of Tamil Nadu has come out with the Jerry authentication cell also. And the Tamil Nadu government is also taken a lot of effort by the presence of the Honorable Minister. The government, Honorable Chief Minister has directed. So we are planning to put up a design studio, international design studio, which will be the state-of-art studio, where we'll try to encourage new design, globally demand-driven designs can be easily produced. When you talk of the potential of the sector, especially the handloom sector, in the Indian scenario, it's also underutilized. The point is that we are not getting a value realization for the product which we have been producing it also, which needs brand positioning ourselves, which needs that we have to project and position ourselves that it is a premium product. And this is a product, it's a genuine product and a premium product. So in this context, as a MD of Cooptex, we are signing 4 MOUs in the presence of the Honorable Minister. One is about this is a blockchain-based technology platform for income enhancement of the artisans and the traceability of the TNC ecosystem. So how to reduce? Of course, we have been taking a lot of initiative in this direction, and the Secretary has been very keen that we should try to have a wide market access, global market linkages. For that, the information is a very important thing. Trade-related information is a very important thing. So we have been in the process of looking for, we created a one cell, which is the products from Tamil Nadu will have a Tamil Nadu handloom authenticity cell. So wherein the authenticity mark of the silkworm, silk mark will be there, the loom, this handloom mark will be there, the Jerry authenticity mark will be there, the GA tag will also be there. So we put it everything together and in one package, and we want to showcase it, position it as a product from Tamil Nadu, which is going to change the face of the sector. So we are planning to sign 4 MOUs. One is on the IM Foundation to have this type of an event, wherein we have to interact constantly, get ourselves abreast of what is really happening around the world. We can't keep ourselves isolated from the developments outside the country, outside the globe. So we have to integrate ourselves with the new technologies, new techniques, technologies and other things. Of course, we are very strong in our back office, but the front office is very weak. So we are in the process of strengthening that part. The other is MOU is about the Dream Zone. We are signing an MOU, and that MOU is about creating an entrepreneurs, especially those who have been trying to just, they were passed out, they have some exposures on that. We want to instill some sort of confidence in them. So we prepare them, we want to groom them also, we want to prepare them. Probably they will be in the positioning in the Cooptex shops, they will be with us. The third is about the Anangaputur Jute Weavers Society. That is about the sustainable fabric. It's a natural fabric. Fabric taken out from the natural fibers like bamboo, from banana leaves, bananas. So we want to, because this is something unique, they have developed a technology, they have developed a thing, they have made a product. So we want to sign that MOU in the presence of that thing. And the other is about this, probably that steel holding corporations of the Canada, probably I don't think that he has come. So that is about the marketing channels. So these are all the 4 MOUs we intend to do as a MD of Cooptex. As a Commissioner of Handlooms, we constantly look for new innovation, design innovations. We had a tie-up with NIFT Chennai. We had a tie-up with NIFT Bangalore. We also had a tie-up with NID, National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad. So this is the first time after Minister took over, we entered an MOU with them and long-term associations with them also. They are also giving a wonderful designs to us. Probably we have to sell the designs to the thing. We have to make the producers, especially those who have been in that back office, that our weavers, to customize to, it's a new thing for them. Probably they have to stay in a little bit. So we are at it. And Tamil Nadu has been, as you all know, that is one of the very progressive state. It is a state which really catches things, development faster than many of the states. So I think, so this thing for the especially knowledge sharing platform, this opportunity, this I Am Khadi Foundation and this Conclave is providing this opportunity. I wish all success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now invite Dr. M. Vallalar, IAS, Commissioner of Textiles, Government of Tamil Nadu, to deliver the address.
Thank you for invitation. Our Honorable Minister for Textiles, Handlooms and Khadi, and our respectable Principal Secretary, and other distinguished delegates sitting in the dais and off the dais, and other various entrepreneurs and press people. First of all, I thank them and also I welcome them to this seminar. This Globalspin Trade Conclave and Exhibition will definitely help the entrepreneurs to venture into new areas of the textile sector. As you know that actually our government, our Tamil Nadu government now they are giving much importance to the textile sector, and that is why a new department of the Department of Textile has been started as soon as this government assumed charges. So I am the first commissioner of the Department of Textile. Lot of things has to do now. As far as textile is concerned, technical textile is a subject is given to me. Technical textile is a huge area in which I think the Tamil Nadu government, Tamil Nadu is lacking, and even the India is lacking. Where the China and Europe, they are contributing about 50% of the technical textile trade in the world. Here, as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, very soon we are going to convene an international conference on technical textile in the month of November, in which that various experts from all over the world, they're going to participate, and they're going to give some various inputs regarding the new innovation and technology, and if possible, I think we will open the gates for new MOU for starting an industry in Tamil Nadu, in which various capital subsidies and various schemes has been announced in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has fully opened its gate for the technical textile, and very soon there will be a change of scenario in Tamil Nadu as far as technical textile is concerned. Here, but in the technical, our department, my department, textile department, from the cotton to the end product of the textile, everything we are going to cover. For the cotton development, we are going to have a cotton mission that will take care of the cultivation of the cotton. That is a very, now it is in under a very scarcity, so the cotton scarcity is there. So to address all the problems of the industry, we have taken up all the new initiatives and new policies, and very soon that the government of Tamil Nadu is going to announce some new policies for the technical textile that will be very beneficial to the entrepreneurs. And also that one more scheme government of Tamil Nadu has announced regarding the textile is mini textile policy. And mini textile parks, the new scheme has been announced, of which 50% of the total cost of the project is given as a subsidy. The project cost is 5 crore, 2.5 crore is given as a subsidy. That the new scheme has been announced. So far, actually within the 3 months, so far about 100 people have registered themselves in the scheme, and a lot of entrepreneurs and other interested people are sitting here, I request you also to be one of the beneficiary of this mini textile parks, because we are given a very huge subsidy, and we are going to give a lot of help from the government side to start this new industry. I think with this few words, I want to conclude. I thank the organizations for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now invite Thiru Rajeev Saxena, IRSS, Joint Secretary and Mission Coordinator, NTTM, Ministry of Textiles, Government of India, to deliver the address.
Good morning, namaskar to everybody. Shri R. Gandhi, Honorable Minister of Handloom and Textiles, Government of Tamil Nadu, Professor Janki, Chairman WASME, and Ambassador to Russia from Mauritius, and Mr. Dharmendra Yadav, and other dignitaries on the dais, government officials, ladies and gentlemen, persons from the press. My previous speakers have spoken a lot about what textile sector is. Mr. Okhandiyar, Ms. Anita has spoken from our ministry side. Some state governments have already given a preview, and industry experts has also given the preview of what textile sector is. Basically, I am handling the technical textile things. My previous speaker has told something about technical textiles. So first I will tell you some preview about the technical textiles. In detail I will not go, because the next session will be on technical textiles. Normally, what textiles we understand? We understand the cloth we wear. We have in the home, we have the bed sheets, curtains. We think it is only textiles, handloom, handicrafts at the most we can think of. But technical textile is a new area, and some conventional parts are there and some new areas are there. When we add some functionality to textile, it becomes a technical textiles. We have 12 segments. Recently, you have seen India's success story in PPE kit. When the COVID-19 has broken, and in February, I think 2020, there was only one lab in India, in Coimbatore, which has the testing facility for PPE kits. So the samples were lifted from all over India to this, and meanwhile, so many labs have developed this facility, and within 4 months, India has become the world leader, and the second largest producer and also second largest exporter of the PPE kit within 4 months. This feat of the India is acknowledged worldwide also. So this is also a medical textiles. In medical textiles, you had PPE kit, mask, but many the technical things like orthopedic implants, which goes inside the body, heart valves, hernia mesh, these also comes in the technical textiles, medical textiles field. Like geotextiles has a very great, it is a replacement of concrete for slope stabilization, for highway construction, railway construction, shipping. It has got extensive applications. And similarly, agro-textiles is used for enhancing the productivity of the crops. We are in the process of developing this. And protected textiles, some people work in the very harsh environmental conditions, like our armed forces, industry workers. For them, the protected textile sector is there. Similarly, for vehicles, mobile tech, Indotech, and sports, all of you know that sports is a very important area where high performance textiles are required. I will not go in detail about this in different sectors. And what is the need for these technical textiles? If you see the worldwide, the scenario is that the developed world has a total share of between 30 to 70% of technical textiles in the textile. But in India, we are around 7 to 8%. Our technical textile share is only 7 to 8%. So if we want to go ahead, we have to look for technical textile besides our traditional strength that we have in handloom, handicrafts, and cotton, jute. We have the strength. Our CAGR in this area is around 7%, and in some of the areas
We have the trade imbalance. In some of the sectors of technical textiles, we are producing more than our requirements. Some of them we are importing. The real challenge is to create demand. Nobody is creating awareness. So with this view, the government of India, under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, has launched a mission that is called National Technical Textile Mission. It is a 4-year mission. With the aim, it is launched with the aim of creating India as a leader in technical textiles. In this, the basic components I am just giving an overview, but the major component is the research work. India is lacking in the basic fibers. We don't have, we are neither producing the important fibers, so we are sponsoring the research projects in high performance fibers like nylon 66, paramide, high molecular weight fibers are there. That have got different applications, composites, that has got the space implications. Some basic research work we have already approved. Until now, around 54 such projects sponsored by our premier institutions like IITs, IISCs, our textile research associations, and also they have the industry partners. They have given, and we have up to 160 crores we have already sanctioned, and we have got a large component pending. The total outlay for this is 1,000 crores. Still the opportunity is there. Then the industry people are there. You can identify the areas where the research can be undertaken, maybe in the basic sciences, applied sciences, even the textile machinery also. So textile machinery also you can go. And the second component of this mission is to create awareness and create demand. Demand will be created when the awareness is there. So for this purpose, we are organizing different conferences, and just my previous speaker has mentioned that Tamil Nadu government is planning to have a technical textile conference with Ministry of Textiles in the coming months. So this will be another important area, and no place can be better than Tamil Nadu, because you already have a strength in textiles. You have an entire ecosystem. You have the Tirupur, you have Coimbatore, and so many other things are there in Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu has got a great potential in this area. And regarding, besides technical textiles, Government of India is also having the scheme of, you must have heard about PM Mitra Park. Mega textile parks are coming up. 7 textile parks is likely to be announced in near future to be established, for which around the applications from the 12 state governments has been received. Out of the 12, 7 will be approved in the first phase. And like PLI scheme is also there for this. Regarding technical textile, one thing I want to mention, in some of the areas, large industries have the work to do, but MSME also have some areas where they can work, like medical textiles also, like sanitary napkins, you can say, to diapers, and all these items, the MSME can have the important roles to play in this. They can look for, explore the areas. With this, I end my speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I would now invite Thiru Dharmendra Pratap Yadav, IAS, Principal Secretary, Handlooms and Textiles, KVIB, Budhan and Gramdhan, Government of Tamil Nadu, to deliver the keynote address.
Honorable Minister for Handloom, Handicraft, Handloom, Textiles and Khadi, Government of Tamil Nadu, His Excellency Dr. K.C. Janki, Mauritius Ambassador to Russia, Shri Rajiv Saxena, Joint Secretary and Mission Director, Technical Textiles, Government of India, Dr. Anita Manohar, Director, NIFT, Ministry of Textiles, Government of India, Shri T.P. Rajesh, Commissioner, Handlooms, Tamil Nadu, through Ranjit Okhandriyar, IFS, Chief Executive Officer, Central City Board. Mr. Yash Arya, the program organizer, through Habib Hussain, Regional Chairman, FIO, Dr. Abhay Sinha, through Dr. Shankar, CEO Khadi, Tirumati Shobna, all other distinguished invitees to this conclave. It's a pleasure to be here and really excited to see that the deliberations which are going to happen in the next 2 days cover variety of topics which go from technical textiles to traceability of the fabric in handlooms, to the market access, to the financing, and blockchain, use of blockchain technology, etc. So I look forward to getting useful recommendations for us to really work out schemes so that the sector really benefits. Textile is such a huge sector, such a varied sector, from the spinning to milling, from handloom, hand weaving to mill spinning, mill weaving. Such a variety of production base is there, and it has got specific problems, and solutions are really, really difficult for each of them, unless we know the ground reality. We in Tamil Nadu, though Tamil Nadu had been the leader, and Tamil Nadu continues to be a leader in the textiles, but with the changing circumstances and scenarios where the man-made fiber is taking predominance, we need to relook where our 70% of the textile base is natural fiber. And to that extent, Government of Tamil Nadu has put a focus on technical textiles too. But we want the handloom tradition to be continued, this art for which the India was known globally, and everybody thought that India is the golden bird, this thing, it was because of its textiles only. So that kind of art and craft needs to be preserved. So what directions to take, what to be done, we will like to definitely get suggestions from here. We like to create or to establish or to promote new entrepreneurship models where the designers are not, like, design is a creation and it's an imagination of the mind, but it has to work on the fabric and it has to reach the market too. So, and it has to be viewed by somebody who is a craftsman. So they should understand the craftsman, interact with the craftsman, and like work together and make him reach the upscale market. So its vibrancy has to be like tied up with its vibrancy, like with the dexterity of it, so that it goes to the upscale basically. So that is the real challenge, how to do it. We are looking at it like, means ki, I had been always telling the people that the way there are tailor shops in the in textile shops. There can be weaving units too. Some looms can be there where people can, with the designer, in these stores there can be designers. People can come and discuss with the designers and then order for their fabric, and there it can be weaved and it can be dyed and woven and produced and given to them. So I hope some NIFT students who are here, and NIFT director is also here, so they can look at it. If we can look at that kind of a thing, that Chennai have at least 10-15 units to start with, to see that where people can go and choose their fabric and do that. And we will like to support that. And then, of course, Tamil Nadu is an evolved economy, so we have to look at the upscale models. We have to move from the spinning. We are the highest in the spinning capacity and the yarn export and all. But then, and then we are highest exporters of knitwear also. But simultaneously, apparel is not very, generally in the textiles apparel, we are not very strong. And it was a tradition somewhere in the process. There had been hiccups on that, and there have been a problem. So we have come out with, as the commissioner said, the mini textile parks. So where the apparel can take, can be given a big push, and these units can be established in the interior of the state, in the rural areas, so the migration can stop, and there itself the people not to be transported far off places. That is there. So the apparel is an area. Apparel can be a big area. And then biggest is the marketing tie-up. So the marketing tie-up to reach to the up-end customers, high-end customers, especially for the handlooms, is the issue. So in that regard, the textile city and then incubation center for designs and basically designs, and a platform where all the designers, design institutes, international brands come on a platform and interact with the industry, textile industry in all sectors, from handloom to power loom to milling sector, understand each other, also go and see the rich ethnic tradition of Tamil Nadu, and then see that how they can fuse them all to come out with the eclectic and vibrant designs which will be accepted by the people. And then this continuous work can culminate into annual or biannual some textile fest, which becomes a textile tourism, and Tamil Nadu becomes a textile tourism destination. So where all the art, the design, like the textile design connoisseurs, artists, everybody comes together, and then the people also come and are expecting new designs, new arrivals, and new trends. And Chennai is able to set new trends in the textile. So these are all visions for the Department of Textiles in Government of Tamil Nadu, and we hope that this conclave and its deliberations will help us in achieving these objectives. Thank you very much, and wish the event all success. And I really commend Mr. Yash Arya for having taken enormous efforts to organize this workshop. I was really very I was a bit underconfident how it will come out to be, but I found that a lot of interest has been generated and a lot of people from diverse fields have come. So definitely the recommendations will be of useful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. The Globalspin Conclave has deliberated many key dialogues and initiatives with the key government of Tamil Nadu and Government of India officials. On this occasion, we are happy to share a few of them have transmuted to Memorandum of Understandings. I would now request Thiru Rajesh TP, IAS, Commissioner Handlooms and Managing Director Co-optics, to exchange MOUs with various partners. I would now invite Thiru K. Vijay Kumar and his team from Artitech Innovations Private Limited, Karnataka, to exchange the MOU with Co-optics in the august presence of Honorable Minister. Can we have a huge round of applause for this? This MOU focuses on Internet of Things, artificial learning, cloud computing, digitalization, and traceability of the handicraft. Thank you so much. We would move to the next party, Trace Yan SPV of Block Cube Technology. I would call upon Thiru Dharamveer Singh to exchange the MOU. The MOU focuses on implementation of blockchain-based technology for artisans and traceability in ecosystem. Can we have a huge round of applause for the MOU? Moving on, the next MOU to be exchanged would be with Thiru Yash Arya of I Am Khadi Foundation, New Delhi. The MOU focuses on Tamil Nadu handloom products, getting the international market and the right price in the global markets. Can we have a huge round of applause, audience? Thank you. Moving on, next party would be Dream Zone, and I would call upon Thiru Karayadi Selvan, representing Dream Zone, to exchange the MOU with Co-optics. The focus is on design and development, promoting new products and brand promotion in the handloom sector. Thank you. Next, I would like to welcome Thirushekar from Anagaputtur Jute Weavers Association to exchange the MOU with Co-optics. The agreement focuses on hand-woven products made on natural fibers such as banana, bamboo, jute, aloe vera, pineapple, hemp, and gongura, etc. Can we have a huge round of applause? The next party to receive or exchange the MOU would be Tirumati Vishali Kola on behalf of V Kola Enterprises, Andhra Pradesh. I would invite her on stage. The MOU focuses on marketing handloom products with kalamkari, hand-drawn, hand-painted, exclusive design collections for the export market. Can we have a huge round of applause for this MOU? Thank you very much. It's an honor to have these MOUs in the august presence of our Honorable Minister. Now, I would request Thiru R. Gandhi Avargal, Honorable Minister of Handlooms and Textiles, Government of Tamil Nadu, to deliver the presidential address.
Vanakkam. His Excellency Dr. K.C. Janki, President, World Association for Small and Medium Enterprises and Ambassador of Mauritius to Russia. Thiru D.P. Yadav, IAS, Principal Secretary to Government of Tamil Nadu, Handlooms, Handicrafts, Textiles and Khadi Department. Thiru Raju Saxena, IRS, Joint Secretary, Government of India, Minister of Textiles. Thiru Ranjit, IPS, CEO, Central Silk Board. Thiru T.P. Rajesh, IAS, Commissioner of Handlooms and MD Coptex. Thiru Vallalar, IAS, Commissioner of Textiles. Thiru Shankar, Khadi and Village Industries Board. Thiru Sridhar, Executive Director, HEPC. Srimati Sobana, IAS, MD, Tamil Nadu Handicaps. Thiru Ash Arya, Founder and CEO, I am Khadi Foundation. Dignitaries from Minister of Textiles, Minister of MSME, Minister of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. International exports, delegates and participants. I am very happy to attend the Globalspin Trade Conclave and Exhibition organized by World Association for Small and Medium Enterprises, and I am Khadi Foundation in association with NIPT Foundation for Design and Innovation. As you all are aware, Tamil Nadu is a leader in textiles with highest spinning capacity of the country for cotton yarn, highest yarn and knitwear exports. 70% of the cotton fabric knitting capacity, second largest number of the power loom and one of the highest number of the handlooms in the country. Under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Thiru M.K. Stalin, many efforts have been taken by the government of Tamil Nadu to promote the growth of textiles industry, few of which include creation of separate commissariat for textiles, removal of one-person markets and cotton and waste cotton sale, license with Government of India to withdraw 11% import duty on cotton imports, special focus on technical textiles, strengthening the scheme for mini textile parks to promote apparel sector and generate rural employment, promote research and development technical textiles by the industry, hand and power loom and handloom sector by providing awareness for continuous employment through execution of various government schemes. I am thankful to the Minister of Textiles, Government of India, and Honorable Minister for Textiles, Thiru Piyush Goyal ji, and Honorable Union Minister, Srimati Nirmala, Union Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, for the continuous support to the textile industry in Tamil Nadu. Talking at the present conclave, I would like to highlight that handloom and khadi constitution to the biggest unorganized economic activity in India. The sector is also second largest employment provider in rural areas, employing more than 3 million people in direct and allied activities. Indian handloom weavers are known globally for their unique hand spinning, weaving and printing styles with wide range of fashion fabrics. The government of Tamil Nadu, under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, through M.K. has taken many measures to improve the living standards of handloom weavers and artisans. This includes wages enhancement for the weavers, strengthening of handloom infrastructure of the weavers' cooperative societies, improve the marketing infrastructure of Coptex and cooperative weavers society to provide their market access to the products of handloom and khadi. Financial assistance is being provided on regular basis to the weaver cooperative societies for design intervention and product diversification. Department of Handloom has also forgot MOUs with NIPT Chennai, NIPT Bangalore and National Institute of Design Ahmedabad to achieve the same objective. Government of Tamil Nadu is committed to the welfare of the weavers and raise the status of weaving to that of the craft and rich heritage of our next generation. Towards achieving, the government has undertaken the document different handloom weaving patterns and products which reflect our ethnic culture. Further, in order to make the handloom and khadi products trendy, department has proposed to establish the international scale incubation center for create and culture industries. It will focus to networking between artists, designers, fashion and fine art industries and indigenous brands with the textile industry in general and handloom and handicrafts in particular, and to make design interventions according for fashion of rich handloom and handicraft tradition with modernity to gain continuity. Organize the global spin trade conclave on promotion of handlooms, handicrafts and technical textiles at the junction much appreciable. There is a strong need to promote new entrepreneurship models in handloom sector and encourage startup and micro entrepreneurs from among artisans and weavers. We also need ensure zero counterfeit, ascent quality, transparency in supply chain of textiles, apparel and fashion industry. I am convinced there is a conclave will be a good platform to bring together leaders from various key constituencies from single platform to be able to network, meet this, share their experiences. I assure you that under the leadership of our Honorable Senior State Government will support your initiatives. In this note, I announce the commencement of Globalspin Trade Conclave promotion of handloom and handicraft textiles, technical textiles. I look forward to specific recommendation of the successful deliberation during the conclave for designing sustainable development standards in the sector. I thank you all the participants from industry, different departments, state and countries for traveling to Chennai to participate in this conclave and have everyone enjoy rich culture, heritage and fund of Tamil Nadu. Vanakkam. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring and encouraging words. I would now invite Mr. Yash Arya, Dr. Sanjeev Layak, and Dr. Ajit Nigam to felicitate the guests of honor, the chief guest, with a small token of appreciation on behalf of Globalspin. I would now request Mr. Yash Arya, Dr. Sanjeev Layak, and Dr. Ajit Nigam to felicitate Honorable Minister of Handlooms and Textiles, Government of Tamil Nadu, Thiru R. Gandhi. Can we have the audience encouraging and cheering, please? Thank you very much. We now request Mr. Yash, Dr. Sanjeev and Dr. Ajit to felicitate His Excellency Ambassador Dr. K.C. Janki, President WASME. Can we have a huge round of applause, please? Next, we move on to Thiru Dharmendra Pratap Yadav, Principal Secretary, Handlooms and Textiles, Tamil Nadu. Next, we move on to Thiru Rajit Okhandiar, CEO, Central Silk Board, Ministry of Textiles, Government of India. Next, we move on to Thiru Rajiv Saxena, Joint Secretary, Mission Coordinator, NTTM, Ministry of Textiles. Next, we move on to Thiru T.P. Rajesh, Commissioner, Handlooms and MD, Co-optex, Government of Tamil Nadu. Can we keep the encouragement going on, please? You have been a good audience. Thank you. Next, we move on to Dr. P. Shankar, IAS. Thank you. Next, we move on to Dr. M. Vallalar, IAS. Can we keep the encouragement going on? Thank you. And now moving on, Tirumati V. Shobhana, IAS. Moving on, Thiru Dr. Abhay Sinha, Director General, SEPC. Thiru Habib Hussain, Regional Chairman, Southern Region, FIEO. Tirumati Professor Dr. Anita Mabel Manohar, Director, NIFT. Thank you, dignitaries and guests on stage. As mentioned in the beginning, the Conclave is featured with an exhibition that will showcase the handlooms, technical textiles, and handicrafts, indigenous products made by artisans, designers, entrepreneurs, and startups. The exhibition will be inaugurated by Honorable Minister. Hence, I request the audience to please give some space so that the Minister, led by Thiru Yash Arya and Dr. Ajit Nigam, will go to the inaugural venue. Yeah, before moving to the exhibition, we will have the vote of thanks by Dr. Ajit Nigam.
What a day. I mean, in the morning and late in the night, sir, we were working on the ground, and I would like to appreciate the kind of support which I've got from the leadership of Tamil Nadu, Government of India, and the local industry. Only because of that, we were able to make this a success. An important element which came out during, after these deliberations was, one is how do we integrate technology? One of the oldest sectors needs this push from a technology perspective